Hi everybody, I'm back at the Hyatt house. I had a little adventure and while I was gone, the guys got a lot done. They finished all of the sheetrock mud, the sanding, and they got everything primed. So we're gonna head inside and see what they got done while I was gone. I haven't seen a photo, I haven't seen anything while I was gone. So you're gonna see it for the first time with me. Let's go. All right, let's go see how it looks now that it's all been primed. They primed the ceilings and all the walls that have sheetrock, of course, not any of the wooden pieces that we're keeping. We covered up our brick so that wouldn't get dirty. With every little step, things start coming together more and more. Especially in this room. Everything we do makes this room look better and better. Remember when it was just wooden planks with random wallpaper stuck to it? All right, let's go upstairs. All right, so second floor, same deal. Everything's primed. If you remember earlier when we started, we put a lot of attention into our trim. We put some of that citrus paint stripper on these. We've sanded and scraped these, so these are ready to go. Our ground floor still needs a little bit of work. All of this has been primed. We've started putting our windows back together. You can see there. We might have to get a little bit more trim pieces for our windows made because as we're putting them back together, we realize some are missing. This bathroom's looking good. This bathroom feels bigger and bigger the more we work on it. All right, now let's go see the third floor. I can't wait to see how the third floor bedroom looks. Right, I'm at the top of the stairs on the third floor. No more purple sheetrock. Everything has been painted. So they did all of this while I was on my latest adventure. They sprayed the ceiling and the walls with the primer. They sprayed everywhere in the house except they couldn't spray in here because they didn't want to take any chance on getting any paint on the wood. So they brushed and rolled this room. So I think this room probably took about as much time as the rest of the house did. So there you go. We are primed. This week we are working on windows. We've got to put all that trim back around all of our windows, around our doors, get all that caulked, and then we'll be ready to start painting walls and trim. I feel like we have kicked it in high gear and we are going to start really seeing a difference every single day. So we are in the main bedroom and we have been working on windows, as you can see. When we took all of this off, we numbered it and we are putting the puzzle back together. We noticed two pieces that are either missing or don't work. The original window seals no longer work because we had lath and plaster walls and they were much deeper. So our old window seals did not work. So we're having to make new window seals. And then this piece right here, it's like it's almost like a mini crown piece that sits, see where that dark brown stripe is? There was a trim piece there. Here's one you can see. We've got this piece, but we're missing all the little returns. So I called my friend David, who has refabricated some of the old trim. He's going to make just a little bit more of that for us so that we can get that back on original. So Jesus is in the process of making new window seals for all the windows, at least on the second floor. And the windows are starting to come together. Let me show you how he made that seal right there. We are having to go back and look at old photographs because we can't remember everything. We knew that this window trim was trimmed down because of this wall. We built a new wall here, but there was a wall there before. It was just a solid wall without a door. So we just have a little sliver of trim right there, not a full trim piece. And then we were trying to figure out, we're missing what goes under this window. So I pulled out the old photographs, and that had that roll-on tile, that fake tile. So someone before us had removed that. So we're gonna have to get that made. But you can see here, it's like a puzzle. We're finding all the pieces. We're putting them all together. It's coming together. This is the second floor. The ground floor, the windows are gonna be a little different because everything in the ground floor has chair rail, and the chair rail is part of the bottom part of the window trim. So that will be a different puzzle than the puzzle up here. It's a new day at the Hyatt house. It's kind of the same old stuff. Let's go inside. The guys downstairs are still scraping and sanding, getting this trim ready to be painted. And then upstairs, we're still working on windows. Let's go check it out. So the trim, some of this trim's looking pretty good. This actually definitely still needs some attention. They worked on everything we had taken down, and now they're working on the things that are still hanging up. So if you look at the floor, you'll see all the stuff that's coming off. We're never gonna take it down to raw wood, of course. We're just getting off anything that could flake later. So, you see, this is pretty smooth, but this is pretty rough. So we're gonna sand it and scrape it, and then we're going to prime it. We're gonna prime all the trim with an oil-based primer. And then we're gonna use a really good quality Sherwin-Williams paint that will brush on really, really smooth. Let's go upstairs. So they've made their way around. Looks like they're finishing up the windows on the front of the house. Haven't started yet on the second bedroom, but the main bedroom and now this hallway is really coming together. Here's some more pieces. It's just a slow process of finding the right pieces and getting them in the right place. We're also priming these with that oil-based primer. So now that these are in place and primed, they'll be ready for that paint as soon as we're ready to start painting. All right, I am just getting over to the Hyatt house this morning, and check this out. It's just primer. We already primed the walls. Now we're priming the trim. But wow, it already looks so good. Just getting a coat of primer, getting rid of those 237 years worth of different colored paints. I can kind of see how it's all gonna come together. Meanwhile, upstairs, Gio is working on our mantles. There's one over there. These two have probably gotten more attention than anything else in the house because we did several coats of that citrus stripper, and we've sanded and scraped. I don't know if you can see. Originally, this thing was orange. Well, not originally. When we started, it was orange. And underneath the orange was black. Underneath that was kind of a taupey color. So we got everything loose off that we could get, and now we're going over it with some kills. And it's covering pretty well. So we're in the main bedroom. We are starting to put a primer coat on this old trim, and I'm really delighted with how well it's painting up. It's looking pretty smooth. These windows are finished in the main bedroom. They look great. They just need lots and lots of caulk and some primer. All right, y'all, we're wrapping up another busy week at the Hyatt house. Some things that happened that you didn't see was earlier this morning, my tile installer came by. Now, if you know me, you know I love to do tile work. I'm always game for a tile project, but this is a little more than I want to do. We have 5 bathrooms. We have 4 mantles. We also need tile in the kitchen, the mudroom, and the laundry room. So I decided to bring in the big guns and bring in a tile installer. So he came by this morning and we talked through all that. And now it's time for me to start making final tile selections, which is exciting. It's so exciting to finally be working on finishes, lighting and paint color and tile. So that's exciting. The other thing that we're doing today is we are finalizing our kitchen cabinet order. Got to get that on order. Got a pretty good lead time, so we got to get that ordered today. And that's cabinets going in the kitchen, going in the laundry room, the main bedroom, the main bathroom, and the wooden room, which is going to be like an office. So things are moving. We are making progress. The guys are still scraping and painting inside, and they're going to do that till the end of the day. But lots happening here. There'll probably be lots happening next week too. So make sure you come back soon to see what's happening at the Hyatt house.